the college has developed a very specific sort of curriculum called Summit, which has a global track and it has a leadership track. This course is designed very particularly to look at how those two ideas are twinned or connected, and it's designed to help students operationalize some of those ideas about what it is to be a global citizen, to have deep experiences interacting with each other as they have conversations, but also with folks who are not like them.
I think Summit's a really great way to show you that there is no wrong time to start your global learning. Anyone can be a global learner, and it can be anywhere. You don't have to be so far away from your home to go somewhere where there is diversity and where there are people that are different than you.
I knew that I wanted the students to do a digital storytelling project. I knew that I wanted them to have a very intense intercultural experience, and I also was quite interested in the idea of an intergenerational experience. Toronto is considered by some metrics to be the most diverse city in the world, and so I knew that we would have the opportunity to work with people there who in some ways will feel very much like our students because for the most part they speak English, but in other ways would feel very different.
The importance of being a global learner is making sure that you know what other people go through and finding the similarities and difference between each other.
For many of the students, it was their first experience in Canada, and so they were constantly doing comparison work where they were thinking about how similar is this to what my life in Atlanta in the United States is like, and how different is it? And so one of the things that the students voiced as a real concern is that they were afraid that they wouldn't, for example, know how to develop a relationship with somebody who, in our case, some of our participants were over 100 years old. So they were very concerned about that. What was it going to be like to go in and try to teach somebody who was from a completely different generation?
It was really enlightening to get this experience to work with these people and hear their stories. I was initially expecting to have a very, not cold reception, but not warm and not very willing to share, but I got to hear so many wonderful stories and learn about the experiences of these people, and most of our participants had either been interred during World War II or had family members interred during World War II.
The students were able to share with a group of citizens that they didn't know a lot about. They didn't know about the Japanese-Canadian history. They didn't know a lot about internment camps. But to actually talk with someone who experienced that and to see the tears and to see the photos and to feel the emotion, I think has a long-lasting impact.
It was special to watch what happened over the course of 3 days and to watch them sort of deepen their own understanding of this kind of relationship, but also to build a sense of self-confidence about what they were capable of. By the end of the workshop, I think the students felt extraordinarily, this is one of the words they used, accomplished in the work that they'd done. And it was not a given that that was going to happen. It was a hope, but it was not necessarily given. So it was a little magical.